Hi. HSB, HSB, HSB. Human and social biology is why we're here. Human and social biology is why we are here. Yeah. So this is the preparation for June 2025 paper 3 exam. Thanks for joining up. Thanks for joining up. All of you who have already joined up. Thanks for joining up. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. Want to go through a paper just to show persons how paper 3 comes. Paper 3 is not as difficult as we try to make it seem. It's one long case study. And from the case study, you have various questions coming from it. Yeah, so it does have plenty back and forth when you are doing it in the how to call it, in the exam. You would have to be flipping back and forth. Someone is telling me they're tired. Yeah, I know, but you're in the home stretch. This is the last exam, the last week of CSEC exams. CAPE exams do go a week longer, but this is the last week of CSEC exams. So you in the home stretch. Just hold on a little more. Just hold on a little more, and you will be there. No, this is not paper 1. I think we had a good fill of paper 1, Alan. We did the crash course for more than 3 hours for paper 1. So this is paper 3 we are here for. Paper 3. We did plenty paper 1s. So, and the crash course was good. The crash course was good. Some people still owe me some reviews, but the crash course was good. Good night, Mr. Rock. Good night. So good night to all of you. We want to use, this is the January 2025 paper that we will be using. Which was the most recent exam that would have come out, well, which was this year, earlier in January. So hi Henry from Jamaica. Now I do know persons are often in different territories. Where are you all from? Well, we know Henry's in Jamaica. Anybody from St. Vincent here? Barbados, Grenada, Guyana? Where are you all from? You could always let me know in the chat where you are from as we tune in and get started. Yeah. So let me introduce myself for those of you who have been following this channel. Some of you may be new to it. Yeah. Someone says they're from Grenada. Nice to have you on board. I am a principal. My name is Travis Roach. I will take you through this Human and Social Biology January 2025 paper. This paper, also known as the alternative paper, is for school-based assessment. So if you do not have a school-based assessment and you signed up for this exam, Human and Social Biology that is, then you will have to do this paper. This is the alternative paper. So what it means by alternative means there is a paper 3.1, which is the SBA, and this is paper 3.2, which is the alternative paper that students who do not have an SBA will do. Yeah, some of you from Belize, Barbados, nice. Thanks for having joined up to see how this paper 3 could have been answered. Yeah, so that's what it means when it says alternative to paper, to school-based assessment, alternative to the SBA. It is worth the same amount. It is worth the same amount. This paper is worth 20% of your final grade. Yeah. The SBA likewise would have been worth 20% of students' final grade. Just that with the SBA, they get their marks and they do their assessment before the exam. If you don't have the SBA, you have to do this paper, this exam to get 20, the possible 20 marks. Yeah. So this exam is also happening tomorrow. This exam is also happening tomorrow. So yeah. If you do have both paper 1 and paper 3 to do, what is supposed to happen is that you're supposed to have a 15-minute break between the exams. So you do the paper 1 first, you take 15-minute breaks, you're supposed to go to the whole duration of that exam, take the 15-minute break, and then do the paper 3 for the hour and 15 minutes. So both exams are 75 minutes. So that's what's supposed to happen if you're doing both papers tomorrow. All right. So no, why would you fail paper budgets? Why would you fail paper 3? No one fails paper 3. No. Paper 3 is awesome. And with my help, you will pass. And the goal is to get the 1. So let's throw out that thought and mash up this paper as it were. So let's get into it. This is the January 2025 paper. My name is Travis Roach, your favorite principal, taking you through possible answers. The usual instructions for candidates are at the front. You have to answer all questions for this paper. It's based on a case study. First thing, nothing has been omitted, meaning nothing has been left out. So you go to the instructions, it tells you it's a research project to read the case and answer the questions that follow. Yeah. Kendrick's older sister, Donna, is expecting a baby. He overheard his mother tell Donna that babies who are breastfed thrive better than those who are fed with formula milk. Kendrick decides to investigate the nutritional content of breast milk and formula milk. He gathered his data by reading the nutritional facts label of a brand of formula milk and researching the nutritional contents of breast milk. Kendrick also interviewed 2 maternity nurses and a pediatrician. A pediatrician is one who is a medical practitioner specializing in seeing about children. And a pediatrician to obtain their opinions about the benefits of breast milk versus those of formula. Is this for regular school students exam? Yes. School students could do this, right? It's if you signed up for this exam and you do not have SBA. Remember, students, any age could do exams. Any age could do exams. So even if you're in school, you could do exams early. So this is for anyone. Write a suitable statement for the problem. So we already know the problem, and Kendricks wants to find out which one is better, which one between the breast milk and the formula. It said it somewhere. He decided to investigate the nutritional content of breast milk and formula. So he's comparing which one is better than the other. Yeah. Is breast milk better than formula milk to help babies thrive? Right? We want to know which one is better. So that's a nice statement for the problem. Yeah. Nice statement for the problem. It's just 2 marks, So it's not a passage. It's not a book you're writing. Yeah, it's just a nice statement that you're writing. So you're good to go. Mr. Lightnov, this exam is tomorrow as well. Right. State the aim of the investigation. right? Well, the aim is to determine which one is better, to determine the better option. Yeah, right? You just want to determine which milk, breast milk or formula, is a better option for babies, right? Because remember, that's the outcome, right? It's not better for him to drink. It's better for the babies. That's what he heard his mother telling him. Look, it says it up here. Let me put it in a different color. It says that he overheard his mother tell Donna that babies who are breastfed thrive better than those who are fed with formula milk. So this is the aim, to find out if this statement is true. Yeah, to find out if this statement is true. So we are going through this paper really fast, like 2 questions out of the 14 done already. Yeah. Suggest 4 questions Kendrick may have asked the nurses and the pediatrician in the collection of the data. Remember, you would turn back and forth when you're doing this paper. Yeah, it's plenty back and forth. He interviewed the 2 nurses, 2 maternity nurses and the pediatrician to get their opinions, right? Remember, opinions don't have to be based on facts or evidence. It could just be opinions, right? So we want some questions. What questions he would ask them? He would ask them, hey, which one you just tell people they should do? Do you tell people they should breastfeed, or do you tell people give the babies formula, give your baby formula? Because they are in the field, basically they are experts in the field. Which milk they recommend? That would be a question he would ask them. Which one you recommend? And he would even ask them what you think are the benefits of that, meaning that each type of milk. Yeah. What do you think are the benefits of each type of milk that they are recommending? Yeah. What's the disadvantage of using each type of milk, if any? Yeah. How long can each type of milk be used independently? Yeah. And if persons don't know, breast milk is a complete meal. It's a complete balanced diet for a baby up to 6 months. They don't even need water. Breast milk is a complete meal. Yeah, complete meal. That's how good breast milk actually is, right? So yeah, he would have asked these questions. There are many more questions he could ask them. Hey, how long should you? Well, I sum it up, right? How long or when would you start recommending formula? When would you tell patients to stop breastfeeding, etc.? Right? Those are questions he could have asked too. So you have a variety of answers to choose from. And some of you would have had younger siblings or something who would have been breastfeeding, who may have been on formula. Yeah. So use the knowledge that you have. Use the knowledge that you have. Yeah. State 2 other ways in which Kendrick could have collected the data. What else could he have done? He talked to people, professionals, meaning the pediatrician and the nurses. Could he have talked to babies? No, he could not talk to babies, right? So I hope nobody would write that. He talked to the babies or thing. But who else in that scenario he could have talked to? He could have talked to the actual mothers. He could have talked to the mothers. He could have surveyed the mothers. He could have questioned the mothers to see what they are. Because after all, and mothers, we don't mean only people with young children, because mothers go through various stages. They will. Some of them may have done it 5 years ago. Some of them may have done it 10 years ago. But mothers in general, he could have talked to. Which one would you recommend, mommy one? Which one would you say is the better option, mommy two? He could have talked to the mothers. Yeah. And he could have collected data in terms of the babies. He could have used bio data from the babies. So a breastfed baby is heavier, Do they weigh more? Do they grow more than formula babies? Or maybe formula babies grow faster and put on weight faster than breastfed babies? What do you all think? Which one you all think causes the baby to grow more and put on more weight? Breastfed or formula baby? Yeah. So he could have all of that, right? They asked for two ways, state two other ways. So he could have used the bio data. He could have weighed the babies. He could have measured the baby's height and everything. He could have taken a record of the babies every, let me say, 2 weeks. Yeah, or every month, every 3 weeks. Yeah, he could have done that and collected data. So he'd have multiple ways he could have gotten data. Yeah. Doing research on the internet. It already said he did some research, somewhere. He researched the nutritional contents of breast milk. Yeah. So we're not too sure where he did the research, whether it was internet, newspapers, etc., on a website, etc. But he already was doing that. So just take your time. State three limitations of Kendrick's research. Now we come to the research question, right? What is the problem? Let me ask you, are all brands the same? Are all brands the same? It said he used one brand by reading the nutritional label of a brand of formula milk. So he used one brand, right? So are all brands the same? Which brand did he use? The most expensive brand or the cheapest brand? We don't know if Kendrick is rich. We don't know if Kendrick is poor. We don't know what Kendrick's financial situation is. We don't know if he used the most popular one. We don't know if he used the one that is newly been released to the market, right? So that is a problem. So with respect to his formula side, his formula sampling, it's kind of small. So small as the smallest it could be is one, right? So he only used one brand. The interviews, well, the interviews were based on opinions. Remember, opinions are not facts. And Kendrick's interviews were biased in favor of breast milk. Why? How do we know that? Because he overheard his mother tell Donna that babies who are breastfed better, right? They are better, they thrive better than those who are fed with formula. So already the bias has kicked in there. So three easy ways, three easy limitations that is kicking in. Bias response. Yeah. Wonderful. So 3 more marks. All right, so we have some data. Kendrick recorded findings about nutritional value of breast milk and formula milk in table 1 and 2. We have breast milk, formula milk. We have the micronutrients, calcium, sodium, vitamin C, iron. And we have macronutrients, protein, fat, carbohydrates going down here. Breast milk is in the second column and formula milk in the last column. Yeah. Kendrick also recorded the following response from the interviews connected with the nurse and pediatrician. There are economic savings to breastfeeding. Breast milk contains antibodies, hormones, enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and white blood cells, which are absent from formula. Breast milk is always at the right temperature. Breastfeeding creates a bond between the mother and the baby. On the graph provided for question 6, using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 milligrams per 100 milliliters, draw a bar chart to represent the data in table 1. Include a suitable title for the graph. Yeah. So they said from table 1, so it means we are using this data here, which means we should use something similar to this title. from the thing. So I could put that in one time. So graph showing micronutrients in breast milk and formula milk. And I already drew the graph up front because I couldn't spend the time during the live to draw it. So this is how it looks. We have the micronutrients on the x-axis and the milligrams per 100 milliliters on the y-axis. Yeah, they told us the scale to use. 2 centimeters equal 10 units. I put in the key. So breast milk is in black and formula milk is in blue. Obviously, in your key, you have a pencil and you would have you could have drawn circles here, or you could have put lines. Some person put asterisks, some person put stars or something, or lines or little squares or shade it, you know. Shading, I find, just wastes your time. But if you're not pressed for time, by all means, go ahead and check it out. So this is how the graph should have come out. Yeah, calcium, sodium, vitamin C, and iron. This is how your graph should have come out. Yeah, so calcium is 30, and what's this? 46, right? So 35, 46, right? So works out well. Yeah, so it's a simple graph to draw. Right? State one other way in which the data could have been presented. And that other way, I hope everyone is thinking about a line graph. Everyone should be thinking about a line graph. Yeah? From your graph or otherwise, determine the micronutrient which is present in the greatest amount in both types of milk. So you're looking for the one that is the highest. Easy to spot from the graph, right? Considering how calcium is towering over everything else. So you are just writing in the word calcium and take your 1 mark and move on. The micronutrient which is present in the least amount in both types of milk. You want the one that's lowest. You could obviously see that we are talking about iron there. So you just write iron and move on. The micronutrient which is in similar proportions in both type of milk. So you want bars that are nearly equal to each other. Which one shows the bars nearly being equal to each other? Very similar, very close together. If you are thinking sodium, then you are correct. So we just put in the word sodium and take our marks and move on to question 9. How are persons doing so far? How are you faring? Are you feeling that this is a doable exam? Or am I making it too easy and you're all thinking, wait boy, I wonder if that exam really so easy? Yeah, but the exam is, paper 3s are really that easy. Yeah, they are really that easy. I'm not making it look easy. I'm telling you it's that easy, especially if you take your time and use the information given to you. Yeah. State which type of milk is more likely to result in weight gain in babies. Give one reason for your answer, right? One reason for your answer. So take your time. Go up to the macronutrients. Yeah, you're looking at protein, fat, carbohydrates. Yeah, which one causes a baby to gain weight? That's what the question asks, right? Where is it? Where is it? Right? Table 2, they tell you table 2 on page 8 is more likely to gain weight. We know weight is associated with fat. Yeah, so which one has more fat in it? Which one looks like it contains more fat in it? You see it here? 4.5 milligrams per 100 milliliters compared to formula, which has 2.6 milligrams of fat per 100 milliliter. Yeah. So fat, remember, that's a person gets heavier if they fatter, right? Okay, so let's put in breast milk, and well, we could state the obvious answer. It has more fat. Identify the macronutrient. Remember, everything in question 9 is based on table 2, so you have to be going back and forth. Identify the macronutrient which is present in the greatest amount in breast milk. So you have to look at the breast milk column and see which macronutrient is the highest. Which one are we seeing as the highest? This is the breast milk column. We're looking for the highest number. It is 5.8. That is carbohydrates. Think about that. All they're asking you to do is find which number is the biggest. They're giving you marks for that. Yeah? So carbohydrates is the answer. Another mark. Identify 2 components in breast milk which would improve baby's immunity. This is question 10. 2 components. Remember when they did the talk to the people, and he said some things, and they said some things. Breast milk contains antibodies, hormones, enzymes, beneficial bacteria, and white blood cells. So you have 3 things that are beneficial to the baby: antibodies, beneficial bacteria, and white blood cells. So you can pick them and you would be good, right? And they said baby's immunity, so antibodies and white blood cells. That's how easy it is. Yeah. Principal Roach is not deceiving you. It is doable, very doable. And I often tell students, doing the paper 3 works out better than doing the SBA. The SBA, the take you a proper SBA where you get 20 out of 20 takes you about 6 hours to do. An exam where you get 20 out of 20 takes you 1 hour and 15 minutes to do. Yeah, it's paper 3 is always be nice. Is always be nice. Describe the type of immunity that is passed from mother to baby. The type of immunity that's passed from mother to baby is natural passive immunity, or passive natural, however you want to phrase it, right? Natural meaning the mother does the work, she builds up the antibodies, everything, and the baby is just giving it. The baby not doing anything. They just getting the immunity from the breast milk. Number 12, lipase is an enzyme found in breast milk. Identify the macronutrient that this enzyme breaks down. If you are looking at the word lipase, lipase is lipids. Just listen to it. Lipase breaks down lipids. Another word for lipids is fats. Yeah, fats. So the macronutrient, and they told you macronutrient, and you only have 3 of them, right? Protein, fats, carbohydrates. The enzyme for protein is proteases, fats, lipase, carbohydrates, carbohydrates. Yeah, so lipase is for lipids. Question 13, we are in the recommendations and conclusion section. Yeah. Explain 3 benefits of breastfeeding to babies and mothers other than improving babies' immunity. And they told you this, the nurses and the pediatrician. Where is it? Where is it? Economic savings. Yeah. Well, they tell you the immunity and everything, right? Breast milk is always at the right temperature, so it means you don't need to warm it up, you don't need to cool it down, you don't need to anything to it. So you could just instantly feed the child. Breastfeeding creates a bond between the mother and the baby. Yeah. So that's stuff you want to put. That's what you want to put in it. in your response? It doesn't cost money. We said the economic saving. Access to food. Once the mother is present, the baby has food. It creates a bond between the mother and the baby. 3 benefits. They told us it. You just rewriting the answers. Yeah, you just rewriting the answers. All right, so 6 marks for rewriting them answers. So just explain it out. What is economic savings? Meaning you don't have to spend as much on formula. Formula can be costly. Breast milk is not costly. You're already producing it. Yeah. Creates a bond between the mother and child. Yeah. Access to food. Once the mother is present, the child has food. Yeah. State one conclusion that can be drawn from the research. A conclusion, it means something that you are certain about, something that has been proven through the experiment. You're not wondering about it. Breast milk promotes a better immune system for babies. This is a conclusion. This is a certain conclusion that was all throughout the whole case study. Yeah. So it is a certainty. Let me hear your thoughts. What you all think? The chat is kind of quiet. Did I go too fast? Did I go too fast? Yeah. Did I go too fast? How you all feeling? How you all think? Was it too easy? You all thought the January paper 3 should have come harder? What you all thinking? Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's how nice it could come. Right. So budgets is saying it was good, nice, nice, nice. Harder, no, right? So would you all like a paper like this? Is it too easy? Is some people think they might be over prepared for it? That's always a drawback. Eh? Some people find that when they study and study and study plenty, and then the paper come easy, they'll be like, boy, why I study so much? But it's good to have studied and prepared properly, right? Right? So you want to get a paper like this. So this was the most recent paper. There aren't many papers in this because, as most of you all will know, this exam syllabus started in June 2023. So 2025 June is the 3rd June paper that, well, not the 3rd, the 4th June paper that it will have. Yeah. So it's the 4th June paper that will have. But sir, I struggling with number 1 all the time. What do you mean you're struggling with number 1? Number 1 as in question? Oh, look, somebody Williams is saying she was expecting more. Well, yeah, it comes nice. It comes nice. And take that as part of your confidence. When you think that the exam could have come harder, it's because of how prepared you are. Yeah, how prepared you are. Budgets, I hope this question 1 isn't giving you trouble, right? A suitable statement to the problem. The problem is that the mother is telling her daughter, the Donna, which is Kendrick's sister, the mother is telling Donna that formula is better than breast milk. So that is the problem. We need to know if that is true. We need to not we, but Kendrick went on to investigate if that is actually true. You find it hard to write down the statement of the problem. Yeah. So, and the statement will always, the problem statement will always come from the background information. It will always come from the background information. Look for an issue. That's what I will tell you. I will tell you. Look for the issue. Find what is the issue. That will be the statement, and find what is to be investigated. Find what is to be found out. Yeah, and that will be the aim. Yeah, they will always be related because you're not going to investigate something that is absolutely not related to the problem. All right, so find out. So that's an easy way to put it. All right. So, all right. So this was your paper three. I hope this helped you. I hope this encouraged you along the way to getting your one in human and social biology. Your principal, Travis Roach, wishing you all the best in your exams tomorrow for human and social biology. I know you are nearing the end. It's the last week of exams. Tomorrow is the last Monday for CSEC, May, June 2025. Yeah, do have enjoyable exams. Am I doing a next paper? No, I'm not doing a next paper, right? The other papers are already done. You could check out the channel to see what 2022 and what 2023 was like. They are already up on the channel. So Samantha, do remember to check them out. Otherwise, I want to wish everyone good luck in your exams. If you get the paper early, do feel free to send it to me. We will try to do this paper tomorrow once we get it to show people possible answers. Yeah. So do have a wonderful time. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Some of you still owe me some reviews, but otherwise, your principal, Travis Road, saying take care.